Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here today bringing you a Fallout 4 discussion video. Now, before anything, be sure to check out the link in the description of my previous video. That is another Fallout 4 discussion video on whether or not Bethesda Game Studios is using a brand new engine to power Fallout 4. If you'd like to learn more about that, be sure to check out the link down below. Anyways, 18 months ago, Jason Schreier of Kotaku brought us a wonderful article leaking some documents, and a lot of the Fallout fan base was quite skeptical about it, and reasonably so. But now, since we've seen Fallout 4, and we compare the scripts side by side, it does seem in fact that these scripts are real and have a lot of credibility to them. So what I want to do today was return to them and look at them, see what information matched up and what we can expect. Now, this does not spoil any main plot details whatsoever for Fallout 4, so do not worry one bit. I am not going to spoil anything for you or myself for this game, trust me. So, let's start off by looking at the first script, which is where we're going to get the bulk of our information. As we can see right here in the picture up top, that is clearly the protagonist that we saw in the trailer from Fallout 4, which is very nice to see in a way, because I'm really hoping we're going to be able to customize what our character looks like, but I'm sure in time we'll find out. It is a Bethesda game after all. I'd be quite shocked if they ditched the character creation. Scrolling down a little bit to give this even more credibility, we'll see on this paragraph here, he says, "We now stand on the brink of total war, and I am afraid for myself, my wife, and my infant son." And as you know, right in the beginning of the trailer, we see the father and mother reaching into a crib with a baby inside it, who is obviously the infant son. Then you look at the second page of scripts, and we get a look at the Commonwealth Minutemen. We get a look at what is most likely the Commonwealth as a whole. We get a look at what is probably a side quest in general, fusion core, new weapons, stuff like that. So that's always exciting to read about, considering now that these scripts are in fact real and legitimate. And then finally, the third piece comes from Jason Schreier himself. And he says the casting documents describe some of the other characters in the next Fallout's wasteland, like a radio DJ named Travis Miles and an engineer named Sturgis, who is described as a cross between Buddy Holly and Vin Diesel. Casting calls for both male and female versions of the player character note that the player begins the game in a cryogenic sleep chamber. So, first thing, radio DJ. If you remember in my in-depth analysis of the Fallout 4 trailer, you'll know that we did see GNN, Galaxy News Network, so likely Travis Miles is going to be that radio DJ of this Galaxy News Network. What exactly it is, I don't know. I think it'd be cool if it was almost like a television service, kind of like what they have in GTA 5, where, you know, you can actually sit down and watch shows, but they also have like the music, obviously, stuff like that. Sturgis, there's not much to go on, but it's nice to see that there will be a male and female voice. I do know that there's been that whole big stand of getting females involved in games as much as males, and I think that's pretty cool to see that Bethesda is giving a nod to that. Now, what's also interesting is that they're saying that the game will begin in a cryogenic sleep chamber, which would make sense if you ask me. Now, how does this make sense, Matty, is what you're probably asking yourself. Well, when watching the reveal trailer for Fallout 4, you'll know that the bombs will fall while the protagonist is outside with his wife, Lydia, and she is holding his infant son. Now, somehow, I'm sure we'll have to play the game to find out, the husband must manage to get inside the Vault 111 and enter a cryogenic sleep chamber or something along those lines, because chances are that explains why he's able to come outside so many years later after the Great War and be able to explore this post-apocalyptic wasteland. So it adds a very, very interesting twist to the main story that I feel will give it a unique perspective, kind of like in Captain America, actually, where, you know, he's asleep for so long and he comes out in the modern era, and it's like, wow, that is so cool. So I think this will bring an interesting and unique perspective. But anyways, these scripts have shined a little bit of light on the plot for Fallout 4, as well as some of the voice acting, some of the characters we'll meet in the game, considering they are in fact legit now. So let me know what you guys are thinking on this in the comments down below. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Other than that, my Fallout lovers, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.